This is February 7th, 2023, and I'm just gonna do a little update tour of the plants. I'm gonna try to keep doing update videos on these guys like once a month on the 7th, if I can remember. And just to kind of document their progress through the year and see how they do. So I'll start out here with the Bog Garden. If you watched the last video, I'd honestly just recommend skipping the outdoor section just because it's still February. Especially if you watched the last January video. A lot of this stuff is still the exact same, still dormant, not really changing. So if you have watched it, just skip to the indoor portion. Obviously, you don't have to, but just there's not much excitement out here. You can see this is Cobra's Nest. It's got some little guys, but nothing much. Some rubra pictures are starting to come. This guy's kind of sad. Fly traps are starting to get some new traps out, which is good. But still, for the most part, looking pretty horrible. This guy's actually not looking too good. But yeah, a lot of these are just unknown stuff that I don't want to throw away, but I don't want to really keep. And yeah, you can kind of see there's just a bunch of little fly traps everywhere. There's a random grasshopper. And the shelf, so I've got, this is a meerkat mob. It's held its pictures all the way through dormancy, which is pretty surprising. And then the purpurea still just going strong. These are super cold resistant. And this is a new arrival, or relatively new. This is a Sarracenia potty mouth. Just dormant, but it's supposed to have some pretty cool mutated pictures on it. Excited for that. And then the shelf stuff, most of this stuff hasn't changed at all. So I'll go through it really quick. Sunrise, Bohemian Garnet, and these are all the cultivar names. Royal Red, Gremlin, Crimson Sawtooth, Big Mouth, Phalanx, Coquillage, Red Sangria, Colorado Giant, La Grossa Aguigui, Dente, B52. This one is a good little indicator plant. You can see it's got a ton of new growth, all just waiting for spring. So hopefully it's getting close. Low Giant, DCXL, Southwest Giant. This is one of the only plants that actually has pretty good looking traps. Flaming Lips, Giant Kudo, Moon Traps, King Henry, Akairu, also known as Red Dragon, Cracker, Triton, Lauchapades, Fine Tooth X Red, Giant Clam, Harmony, Wine Mouth, Air Werewolf, Harlequin, Red Micro Teeth, Bullseye. So these green tags are the Diflora. They still haven't really changed all that much. And then Maroon Monster. And then the rest of these are all the SARS. They're still pretty dormant. You can see they've got some flowers starting. I've already plucked a lot of the flowers off just because I don't want them to waste energy on that. Here's the reedy eye. Got a little picture going. And then back here is a Jutha-tip soper. It's kept its pictures all the way through winter. So it's, or for the most part, some of them are definitely not looking good. And that's all the stuff for the shelf. Inside the greenhouse, it's a little heated. It's like heated to the point where it doesn't freeze in here, and that's about it. Just got some tropical sundews in here. And the cobra lily. You can see it's got some new growth coming, which is good. Yeah. And I'll go ahead and bring you inside for the more active area. So here is the indoor setup. It's changed a little bit since last time. I've gotten a few more new plants that kind of like some different light. So I've moved some of the stuff up here, and this light is like 1.5 feet away from the top of the pots. Down in here, I think it's like 8 inches. And these are Yescom 225 white lights. If you're interested, they're pretty good and cheap. Here is Bimbo. This one's looking great. Here are some Sarracenia purpurea seedlings. This is GJ Giant Form. This one was doing really bad when it got sent to me, and it's doing pretty good now, luckily. Here's Adentade. This one is just one of my favorite flytrap cultivars, probably out there. It is really cool and very unique with its teethless cilia. Or I guess it's a lack of cilia. Here's Fuzzy Teeth and Double Grain. Nice color on the teeth, on the fuzzy teeth. Some wine mouth divisions. You can see it's getting some spring traps up. Harlequin. This one's got really cool gradient on its older traps, and highlight at least. Here is Mirror X Mirror. Here's Alien. I'm gonna take this one out because I love it so much. Very cool. It's a bit of a slow grower, but I mean, it makes up for it in its traps. Here is some propagations, some leaf pullings I've made. This is AR Werewolf. It's not really growing too much. It doesn't really seem to grow too much prior to being mature. I don't know why. It might just be a slow grower. This is a Southwest Giant propagation I did quite a while back. These two are tissue cultures I did. They're definitely growing slow and they're trying to get into their environment still, but they're looking okay. This is Pinguicula primuliflora. This is a great pinguicula to grow alongside your fly traps because it loves those kind of boggy conditions that the fly traps like. And this is a Mexican pinguicula. You can see it's got some flowers going, and there's another coming up down there. And some little seedlings. Then next to that, I've got this big tray of seeds. In the front, this is the Adentade. It had a little flower, so I'm trying to propagate it. And then just a ton of Sarracenia cross seeds. Then in the back, I've got some Drosera propagations, some more seeds. I was just kind of testing out the water propagation technique for Drosera, and it works really, really well. Okay, and then up at the top, This is the lower light stuff. This is a Biblis filifolia. It doesn't really like low light, but it's so tall that I just decided to move it up here so it doesn't run into the lights down here, because that was an issue. You can see it's got some flowers going up. This is a really cool plant, and it seems like it'd be an exotic carnivorous plant, or at least I thought it'd be kind of like hard to take care of, but it's actually very simple. It's like on par with tropical sundews. Just highlight, sandy soils, and tray water, and they're pretty much good. You just do not want to spray them with any misting, or else they will die very quickly. This is a Drosera Banata var multifida. Doing pretty good. And then in this, I've got some of my newer stuff. Just bear with me for a second. This is all kind of hard to reach up here. So this is one of my newer things. This is Utricularia. This one specifically is Quelchii. I'll put it in text at the bottom left. So this is definitely one of the new genus I'm getting into, hopefully. I'm gonna see how well I grow this one and kind of branch off from there. But these grow mostly underground, actually. They're like a Venus flytrap that grows underground. They use bladders to like trap microscopic creatures, I guess. Like protozoans, I'm pretty sure, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'll show some pictures in the video, kind of like their flowers and maybe more mature plants. I'm hoping that those start to do good. And then the second that I got is Jamesoniana. This one has definitely not got as much vegetative growth as you can see. It's just got some little leaves. And I'll include some pictures of it too. But yeah, pretty cool. In the back, got a Nepenthes veitchii. This one is a KX Candy Stripe X Candy. It's pretty small. It's got some cool live sphagnum though. It's a cool little guy. There goes the thermometer. In the back, there's a Helium minor. This is the one I got from Diflora, and it's looking really good. It's actually loving the conditions. The sphagnum it's with is also loving the conditions. And then I've just got a regular Ventrata here. Can't go wrong with the Ventrata. And yeah, that's everything in the indoor stuff. Yeah, if you're curious about more plant unboxing type stuff, I'm planning to do another group order from a place called Carnivorous and More, sometime in spring maybe. And if not that, then maybe Diflora or maybe both. I'm not sure yet. So yeah, you can keep up to date if you're into that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one.